Action Research Project presented by Renee Harbor and Tammy Trinidad. Area of focus. The purpose of our study is to determine the types of teaching strategies to fuel student engagement, which will strengthen student achievement.
The definition of the variables. Teaching strategies, those strategies that will encourage students to take ownership of their education. Our variables are going to be related to teaching strategies. Changing these strategies will result in greater student engagement, which leads to enhanced learning within the classroom.
Our research question is, what teaching strategies will fuel student engagement, resulting in the strengthening of student achievement?
Description of intervention. We will incorporate the use of differentiated learning strategies in order to increase student engagement. These strategies would include pre-assessment. Some examples of pre-assessment strategies would include pre-test, standardized test information, checklists, quizzes, class discussions, student products, and portfolios. In order to assess interest and learning preference, give interest and learning style inventories. Flexible grouping would involve grouping and regrouping students according to specific goals and activities and needs. Adjusted questions. The level of questions asked should be based on student readiness. Some students will be challenged at the knowledge and comprehension levels, while others will be challenged by questions that require analysis and interpretation. Product choices. They allow varied means of expression and alternative procedures and provide varying degrees of difficulty, types of evaluation, and scoring. An example of these strategies could be, but not limited to, choice boards. Scaffolding. Using strategies that make assignments accessible to struggling learners. Compacting. Eliminating practice, drill, or instructional time for students who have mastered the material. Instead, move these students into alternative activities that offer enrichment and acceleration. Contracts. A learning contract is a learning agreement between teacher and students about expectations, rewards, and consequences. Anchoring activities. Activities for students who complete their work before others or ready to go on before you transition to the next part of the lesson.
Negotiations to be undertaken. We would need to gain approval from our administration to perform our research using what might be considered unorthodox strategies. We would also need to gain permission from parents for students to participate in documentation videos or pictures.
The intended data collection sources. What we're going to use for data collection is going to be observations, video recordings, questionnaires, student work samples, and standardized test scores.